train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la. I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la. veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la. La 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 la. Oh, oh. Oh, oh, la 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 la. La 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 la. 'Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la. La 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 la. Oh, oh. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la. La 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 la. Oh, oh. Oh, oh, la 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 la. La 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 la. Oh, oh. Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. is in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la.
Yes, good people, big up to all of you, and thank you once again for finding the time to be with me for another edition of the Blue Morning Show. I do hope you're all doing well, and I cannot thank you enough for the growth we are witnessing. We've reached 23,000 subscribers, and we're pushing for 24,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. I cannot thank you enough. And keep dropping the likes on the show. We already have 10 likes. We should have a lot more than that, but we don't have a lot of people watching right now, so that's not a problem. But more importantly, 3 away wins for Chelsea Football Club on the bounce. Enzo Maresca showing what he's made of. More importantly, I'm going to say something I've already said about him. He's proven that, yeah, he can be flexible. He's not bent on using a particular approach, whether it's raining or whether it's no, irrespective of the situation. But no, he adapts, and that's something that makes me happy. That's something our ex, we call him, couldn't do, was just bent on approaching games in a particular way. Look how soon we're adapting to a novice approach. That's not easy. A brilliant performance, a professional performance, if you like, by the boys. Pardon me, I have to take a sip of my coffee before I lose my voice. It sounds like it's going to happen soon because I had cold. But yes, people, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. The game ended West Ham United 0, Chelsea 3. We could have been up to 5 goals, actually. But I'm not going to be greedy. I'm happy we won, and that's the most important thing. Yeah, good one. So I'm going to go to the presentation window without wasting much of your time so we can start looking at the game. I don't see any news items that you could argue that it's worth addressing. It's just people talking about the game, except maybe the managers post-game comments. We may find a few that'd be interesting to look at. But right now I haven't seen any. Give me 1 second here. I didn't know that I'm not sharing my window yet. Before I do that, I'm going to say hello to those of you in the chat. Apologies, I nearly missed the culture here. What am I doing? Is that how tired I am? It's been a crazy week for me, but we'll be all right. So let's see what we have in the chat here. Give me 1 second. Let me say hello to people in the say hello to people in the chat there before we move on. The first person, TC. Thank you. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. Why is my system slow this morning? Finally Chelsea win. Finally Chelsea win. I don't know if I believe that. West Ham beat us a 3-1 last. Okay, going by our performance at West Ham's home. Yeah, so it makes sense right now. So thank you for saying that, TC. I do hope you're doing well. We're cooking. That's RGN Ngale. Ngale, apologies that Nightbot deleted your message, and that's because he used all caps. And if you're not a moderator and you do that, he will delete it. Apologies. It's not a human being, so don't go start a fight with him. Big up to you too, Tebe. Woo! Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to keep me company here. Let's see more likes, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. 11 likes. If you're happy with one, just take a second and drop a like on the stream. Let's get the likes up, people. Let's get it to 100 likes today. I get it. The transfer window is shut. We're not a big account yet, but we can reach 100 likes. Anything else? Back. Yep. Back to back clean sheets. Yeah, that's important to note. Big up to you to real. My Risa, okay, a long time brother. I hope you're well too. I hope your absence simply means that you've been busy. Nothing bad has happened on your end. Thank you for finding the time to join us. I hope you get better. Thank you so much. I'm taking a remedy. I don't know if that's the correct way to say it. And I've learned again. Somebody on here taught me that, and it has been working for me. Yep. Okay, you went to church. Good. Good. Church is good. Go. Thank God. Today to pray for our deliverance, so we continue to win. I don't want Man United I don't want Man United demons around us, man. Yeah, I understand. Up the Charles. Yep, it was an excellent win, a dominant performance. It wasn't. They looked bad. That's because we played really well. So, give me 1 second here. I will take this out. Just I'll bring it back on so that I can let this be. I and my bro Tabejo. Tabejo, how are you doing? Thank you so much for joining me on the panel.
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I can't complain, man. I can't complain. How happy are you? Excellent performance, professional performance. Call it that because we didn't allow completion success, and we played well throughout the game. At one point, you could sense that we were a bit tired, which is natural, but we still finished well. When the manager made the changes he made, we picked up again. I could have scored two more or three more goals. But how happy are you?
Yeah, I'm happy the way Enzo Maresca managed this game because after scoring two goals, we didn't go neck to neck against them. What we did was just manage the game, just to be defensive solid until the end of the game. And also, I said it in the halftime that we need a third goal in order to wrap this game up. And then we did that in the 46th minute. After that,
Mhm.
West Ham were dead. So overall, I'm so happy. I couldn't believe it that Enzo Maresca had this in him, just to let the team to be solid. Don't get overexcited. Don't go ahead of yourself that you're leading to nil. Stay compact until the game. So I'm happy about that.
And isn't it refreshing that he's not bent on using a particular approach no matter what happens? He's very flexible. I started paying attention to whether that is the case when a Leicester City player talked about how he's dynamic. He's always changing, tweaking things here and there based on the opponent, and his game plan was just spot on. West Ham, the early two goals was scored in the early minutes. Showed that yeah, we had the game plan and the players followed it to a T, and that was excellent to see. But I think a lot of people didn't pay attention to the fact that Tosin's inclusion in our backline made a lot of difference. His calm presence, it doesn't panic, reads the game very well. I knew it was only a matter of time before he becomes a starter in the Premier League because yeah, I think he's one of the best center backs we have. And also credit to Levi Kowa, he's improved significantly. So we were solid in our back line. And here's what Tosin brings to that back line: stability. No matter how much pressure we are on, he's always calm. He doesn't panic. And when it was just when it was the games we had, what's his name, Wesley Fofana, the games we had Wesley Fofana and Levi Cowell. If the opposition start pressuring us, they start panicking. You see, we become shaky. But whenever Tosin is there, it doesn't happen. And people say he's not quick. He's actually one of our quickest centre backs. I want to get your opinion on what you think made the difference. I get it. The manager's tactics were spot on, but I think also the midfield. Wow, Moisés Caicedo. But let me just hear you. Let me leave it up to you.
I think Mrs. Caicedo, I don't want to talk about that boy because he's so good, and most people wrote him off after his day against West Ham United last season. That it's not
Hmm.
good enough, blah blah blah. But again, every player needs time in order to gel into a new club. So overall, I'm impressed with Moises Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, the way they control the game. That's why the coach end up substituting one of his midfielders because he was so tired that we dominate the midfield. And also, I'm impressed with Tosin. I don't want to lie. Tosin, what a performance by him. The
Yeah.
leadership is so calm. He knows what to do, making right passes. Him with Levi. Oh man, Levi is getting there. I didn't see this from Levi, but now it seems like Levi is gaining momentum. I'm loving it. So overall, I'm just happy with the clean sheet because it's so important. But I'm annoyed with Wesley Fofana, which West Ham could have had a penalty, and Wesley Fofana was still there. That's why I was annoyed about with him. So overall, in terms of everything, I'm happy. Wesley Fofana needs to do better because against Bournemouth, he made a sloppy pass end up to be a penalty for Bournemouth. So I don't want that anymore from Wesley Fofana. Hopefully, he improves.
He will improve. Yes, in the right back position, he did that not just once, and that decision could have gone either way. I think if it was given, if it was called a penalty, I wouldn't, I will not again. You could argue that yeah, a lot of people will be saying that's the right decision at the time, um, but we were lucky really because a goal makes a whole lot of difference in a game, in a football game. So we were lucky it didn't go against us, and he did it again actually. He did it again. I think that's the thing. What he does naturally, once you outpace him, then the next thing he does is just to grab your arm and try to pull you down. We were lucky, in all honesty, because I think for me that actually a clear and obvious error, in my opinion. A penalty call maybe. Yeah. Thank you again. Yeah, it's Maya, coach. Oh, I didn't know. I wasn't sure who was using who the person who it was. But thank you for letting me know. Maya, the rapper, incredible performance by Jackson. Loved it. Maybe he's listening. Maybe he's heard what people are saying about him. And again, it's a good thing. Mikel's criticism of Nicholas Jackson, he had every right to do that, and Jackson responded the way I didn't like. The best way to respond is to perform, and he's doing that right now. Let's see what else we have here. Good morning to you too, Jude. Nice to see you. I've been meaning to call you. Sorry, I haven't done that, but I'll do that soon. You understand? I'm quite sure. And nice to see you, Mark. User interface. I'm guessing you have to change that name too very soon because he's not. He hasn't played. But nice to see you, Brianni. How are you? I do appreciate you finding the time to be with us this particular morning. Um, People ignore the performance of Tosin. I was shocked with the performance. We were solid. I wasn't because I've been calling for the manager to include him. I've been telling people he's what the missing link in that defensive line. We need him. We need either him, a pairing of either him and Colwell or someone else, anybody, but he needs to be there because he's cool-headed, calm on the ball, doesn't make rash decisions. Excellent. His passing range is excellent, in my opinion. But on two occasions now in the Premier League, he's proven that he's needed there. It's the absence. He's saying it's the absence of Raheem Sterling. It may well be, but I don't think Enzo Maresca is such a manager that plays a player given the experience, or maybe I think he doesn't make a sentimentality driven decisions. If he doesn't feel like you're suitable to his approach, you're done. I think he's just accommodating Benchewell because he behaved, didn't make a fuss. Just he was very professional, irrespective of his situation. Just like the others were causing problem one way or the other, either using the media to do that. Wesley Fofana played the opposition yesterday, but you're right, he will improve. Yeah, I think he was for me the best option there in the right back position, given the way he likes to drive the ball up and down. But essentially, he's not been solid. He will come good. He's getting there. He's getting better and better. Remember, he was out for almost a year. Jay, I'm going to get to you in a bit. Tosin was good. He was excellent, not just good, in my opinion. Nice win. Yeah, a good one. 3-0. A club that, again, we found it difficult playing against them in the London stadium. And look, and some record actually. The Maresca, he's broken a record too. He's the only manager since Pep Guardiola to win his first three away games. Yeah, as a new manager in the Premier League. So maybe that's a good sign, but we'll see. Maya is saying, so coach, what's happening with Marku since Jackson is balling and they're still in Kunku? He gets a chance to play. I think eventually he will leave alone next year, or maybe get sold. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Except if he gets a chance, but he starts in Europe, doesn't he? Yeah, he starts in the Conference League. Wesley Fofana has not demonstrated he deserves the starting in my. Yep, no sentiments at all. Nicolas Jackson, I think he was close to losing his place, given the manager's comment during a post-game presser where he said, "We created a lot of chances, but we didn't have quality in the box, so he had to take him off." So the manager doesn't take prisoners. You have to perform and perform consistently. Maybe Nicholas Jackson listened. He's improved. Tosin Cowell for me. Tosin is like a Konate. More importantly, he's an intelligent footballer. And because of how tall he is, a lot of people think he isn't quick. I wouldn't call him a liability right now. He needs time, and he's getting there. Remember, the first two games he actually did well. Yeah. By the way, nice chat. Nice chat integration. You got with X and YouTube. Thank you so much. I didn't do that myself. The software company did it. But nice to see you, my bro. Jay is in the house. Jay, let's hear you. Your thoughts on the game overall before we start breaking it down a bit by bit. But thank you for finding the time to join us on the panel.
Yeah, big up, coach. Hope you can hear
Big
me.
up, my bro. It's been a while. I
Big up,
hope
Terry.
things are
Hope.
okay with you.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Hope the same for you two guys. Uh,
Awesome.
Absolutely. It was an amazing victory and such a happy mood that we all are experiencing today. Rarely we do that, but it feels like this has been more of a case this season, and hopefully more it continues going forward. But yeah, it was a great match on a lot of terms that we will literally dissect going further on the show. But yeah, on an on a headline base, this was one of the most clean matches that will make you so happy and gives you a lot of positives to look forward to the season. Not because we won by a margin of 3-0, but there were a lot because we won against a lot of question marks that has been put against us, against a certain players. There were doubts over them. They answered it on the pitch, which is the best way to respond. And yeah, I'm really happy with Maresca, how he approaches the match, his, the looks, his body language on the touchline, everything just looks so good right now. And his tactics, you can literally see the technical side of the game that he is trying to implement on the pitch, and the players are really responding well to what he has in his mind. And with each passing game, you see more and more the abilities that this coach has. He wasn't the big name coming forward, but you can literally
And a
see
lot of people didn't
him.
like that.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, this is the one thing that this ownership, which can again there are question marks over it, but this is one thing that this ownership, particularly the Chelsea ownership, is going to burst like a myth. Is that you can't really hire or implement players who are not really big yet. but you can trust them. Jackson is one of those players, such a low fee coming from a side where he wasn't even the first starter, and so is this coach who's just coming from the championship. So I like this approach. It can put you under doubts and scrutiny in the media, which is always against Chelsea. There is agendas, we all know that. But I am liking this style, and hopefully everything works. Even we saw the owners as well in the stand, so that is a good look as well, telling us a lot of things that we see in the media is not at all the reality, and we need to take things with a pinch of salt. So overall, I'm really, really happy with the match.
Well, what do you make about again? What do you make about the fact with about the fact that he's dynamic? His the application of his preferred approach to football is dynamic. It's not one way. Uh, he tweaks things based on the opponent. It's not. I get it. The basics we know is trying to dominate the opponent, keep the ball, overload areas, but there are all the, you can say, minute or maybe tiny details here and there that makes a difference. And I think that keeps the opposition managers thinking. What do you make of that? I think that's very important. You can argue
Yeah,
because on the, I'm not trying. Sorry to mention his name. Under Pochettino, that wasn't the case. It was always one way, which is you could argue it was easy for the opposition to just plan on doing one thing and it works for them. But in this case, you're not sure what we're going to do. Sometimes we invert, sometimes we don't. But go ahead, what you were saying.
yeah, coach, I really agree with that. And yeah, again, as you said, we don't want to do revisionism on Pochettino, but it was evident that he was kind of really limited in what he has in his armory. And if he was like literally caught by opponents or the players and their tactics, there was no second really, a hard second plan that he can tell his players to come out on the pitch, and that we saw in the process of coming out from the second half. We always used to concede it. There was a pattern to it, and the
Hmm.
coach was not able to fix it at all. So that is a glimpse of where the technical flaws were there in Pochettino's game. But let's keep it aside. We don't need to do any revisionism on
No, we
that
don't.
topic.
No, I don't think it's
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, let's hear your
yeah.
thoughts on Tosin's inclusion in the back line. Uh, a lot of people didn't know, but those that know him very well, that knew him maybe before we signed him, knew we needed him. And on two occasions, he's proven that, yeah, we do need them. And I'm quite sure the manager probably he learned after bringing him on in the game before that, yeah, we do need him in the Premier League. Maybe he was taking his time. I've always told people, I think it's only a matter of time that he becomes a starter for us in the Premier League. We need that cool headedness, that footballing intelligence, his ability to read the game very well, and also command the back line because he's very, very vocal. Let's hear your thoughts. What do you make of his inclusion? You can also talk about Caicedo's performance in the midfield. Maybe you've already talked about Jackson's improvement, but I want to hear your thoughts on those two players. Caicedo, his case, we've always known he's good, but one thing about him is that in most cases, maybe after the international break or if he's out injured, when he comes out, it takes him time to uh, get back up to par. But let's hear you, Tosa's inclusion in the backline first of all.
Yeah, I'll just before going on Tosin and talking about the individual player, I just want to complete my answer on the Maresca thing. Talking about
Mhm.
his technical side that you asked, I'm really surprised, coach. And like many others, I am
Oh,
one
you
of
didn't
those
know?
guys who,
I didn't
yeah,
know
I
either.
had doubts in my
Mhm.
mind. I heard those things that he is limited. If his style is being, if he's exposed, all the opponents know his style, then he can't respond to it. We heard all those things from Leicester fans and on X platform everywhere. So I had my doubts over it, but this guy has surprised me a lot. First of all, the style that he plays, we all know about the positional play. He wants to keep the position. There are contrary things to that we are seeing because
Those are just the
I think we held
basics.
47 or 46% possession in the last match. So
Hmm.
West Ham had the higher approach on possession. So contrary to that, we got the result and we didn't have that much of possession. Although that is that can be a case because 90% of the time when a team is trailing, they will eventually held the position and try to get the goal back in the last 10-15 minutes. So eventually the losing side can have a lot of possession as well. But again, you just see Cucurella's position. He was not static. He was not linked to one position. He was really moving around. He played left back. He was in there in the inverted role as a defensive midfielder. Sometimes he was going forward as a central midfielder as well. And on some occasion he was also playing the centre back role. So that means he was not stick to one position. So that gives you an idea that Maresca is not really fixing the players. We heard this one thing that Cole Palmer will lose his freedoms and the players are not able to express themselves because Maresca don't
Yeah,
allow
I,
them the
I
freedom.
heard
So that
that
is all.
too. But
Yeah, so
just
that's a
quickly,
myth
Jay,
as
if you
well.
don't mind, please. Jay,
Yeah,
one
yeah,
second,
sure.
if you don't mind. I heard that aspect too, that Kopama will lose freedom and all that. One thing people don't realize is this: it's a team game, and if your team relies on the performance of a single individual, you're it's not good. If that individual is marked out, you're done. And you could argue on the RX, we were that sort of team that we had when people were calling us the Copama FC. But right now, you can see he doesn't have to be the one to put away the chances. He scores, Modric scores. Goals come from all departments on the pitch. And that makes us a team. Even if you mark him out, there'll be others on the pitch that would do the damage. I don't want us to build our team against a single individual. That's one thing I like Thomas Tuchel for. He never does that. And I think Maresca doesn't do that. But go ahead. Sorry for cutting you off.
No, coach, and I can understand it because we have to like get this point that he was playing with the Leicester side. Those players were not
Hmm.
really, world class players. They don't have the ability to do everything. Now, this Chelsea side, these are world class players, young, high potential players that can be megastars in the coming future. They have the legs in
Hmm.
them, they have the stamina in them, the power, the intelligence to play, and do a lot of other things that and the other players in the team can cover spaces for them to express to give the freedom to other players to express themselves. So it's as you said, it's a team game. If your surrounding players are good enough, then the one player that is uh, playing in one position will have that freedom to go and move around and try other things because he know that the players behind his back can cover for him. So that is also one thing that I like. So I'm overall really liking it. We really saw a few goals and few counter-attacks as well, which is contrary to the possession-based style, right? It is traditional Chelsea thing to go on counters and score. So I saw glimpses of those as well. So it's good to see that Maresca is open to a lot of things. He is doing a lot of experiments, and luckily, those are all working right now. And that is because he knows he got the players in his hand that can give him the ability to express himself, and that will not cost him.
Did you hear
And
him
that's the
say
difference
if
from
when he
Leicester.
was asked? Yeah, did you hear when he was asked what he'd do about with players that doesn't buy into his idea? I said if you don't buy into the idea, you're not gonna play. And he's doesn't take prisoners. But go ahead. Sorry for cutting you off, Jay.
No, no, I was done on that topic, but yeah, I really liked his mentality as well. Coach, you can know when a
Hmm.
guy or a manager is pretending. There were cases of Graham Potter when he came out and say we are going to win the effing Champions League, and then you know it that he's just saying it. He don't want. He's not that person. Even Pochettino, on some instances, shows his body language like he's that guy, but we know that he was not that guy. Now Maresca is the one who backs his words with his actions. We saw instances where he has been ruthless with his approach. He will put you aside if you're not working for the team, if you're not giving 100%. And the next thing for this approach goes on Noni. He has been a little on the downward trajectory after the hat trick, and Maresca might give him, might implement those words on Noni if he doesn't really give his 100%, because uh, it will be harsh because it's just a few matches, but there were instances where I didn't like the body language of Noni Madueke while the other players were trying to do a lot of other stuff. So he needs to improve. Otherwise, we all know how Maresca deal with such situations.
I'm just happy that we have numbers. If he underperforms, he would taste the bench. It's really that simple. Let's say you. I don't know. You haven't talking about the inclusion of Tosin. How much of a difference that has made. I don't know if you have or did I miss it.
No, no, no. You're right. I just missed that one. But yeah, man, coach, I saw your tweets on Tosin. You are always like backing him, and it is working really well. It is working really well in your favor. And I really like this guy. I really, really like this guy. I knew that we are getting him on a free transfer. He has that experience, he has that strength, but I had my reservations over his pace, and I am really happy that he has completely proved me wrong because he has been showing that speed to come back to positions, to move forward, to pick up the passes. You have to be really quality, when you are playing aside Levi Colwell, who has been on a tremendous trajectory upward, and still Tosin is making a image out of himself because he's not really getting on the shadow of Levi Colwell, and he is standing strong and putting his approach on the whole game. And literally, I
Mhm.
thought that we will miss some things from Fofana that he brings on the table when he's playing in the centre back partnership, but it wasn't really a miss at all. Rather, it was an improvement. Sorry for Fofana, but Tosin looks like the guy moving forward in the coming matches that he can handle the situation really well with Levi Colwell, who is more on the ball playing side, who wants to pick players above him and wants to make long passes and start the attack, while Tosin being the more strengthening guy who is solid in defense and wants to be more of a traditional center back style that is just focused on the defensive attributes. So I like this small partnership that is going between these two guys. And Fofana, we have to consider that he has been out for 1.5 or 2 years out of injury, so
Yeah,
he
it's
might
only
take
fair that we do. Yeah.
exactly. So it will take time for him to reach his potential that we saw at Leicester. But yeah, it was a really awesome performance, and you can't put Tosin out of this side now. He has really put a solid case out there on Maresca that he needs to start the coming Premier League matches. He is the first choice for me for sure. He has been that good.
Yeah, it's been again. We have improved significantly compared to last season. I'm not going to mention the name of anybody, but I think like the manager himself did say, we're ahead of time. Actually, three away bounds in a row, three away wins in a row, plus winning a game after an international break. That's something a lot of people has to pay attention to. And we have my bro here, keeping it real, Chelsea. He says, "Big up, coach. I hope you're doing. I'm doing well and nice to see. Great result indeed. Should have won it by bigger margin, but happy with the clean sheet. Yep, that's a very important. Nice to see you, my bro. And please, if you don't mind." Share the link to your YouTube channel so people can go check it out. I appreciate you, bro, for finding the time to join us. Some people, if you haven't, it's easy actually. Just click the three dots to his name, click on go to channel, go subscribe to his YouTube channel. Excellent content creator, but looks like still busy with school and work. Doesn't stream consistently, but believe me, whenever you meet him live, you're not going to regret it. Did Maresca confirm or address Fofana's injury? Not really. I think that must be because he had ice. I think no, I don't think nothing concerning there. Yeah, sometimes you need it. It depends on how much you and he remember he ran a lot because he played in the right back position. Um Job
Coach,
says yeah, go ahead.
what he said about Wesley Fafana, he said Wesley Fafana had a yellow card and then West Ham shift Kudus that side. So he wanted to protect Wesley Fafana because he was afraid that he might get another yellow card. So I think that was a fantastic in-game management.
Yeah, excellent indeed. We don't want to again. Yeah, I think he stays fit. He hasn't Tosin. With Tosin at the as one of our back four in the back line, we looked better, but that doesn't mean Fofana is a bad player. We can rotate them. But boy, Tosin, oh my goodness, I've always known, and thank goodness I've always known. Chelsea really are progressing. Tosin needs to start class Nigerian British baller, but he'll end up representing England. I don't think he play for Nigeria. Maybe I don't know. Tall, fast, and great on and off the ball. A cool, composed leader, and he's excellent passer of the ball. He has excellent passing range, excellent vision. I think he's the sort of player. If he was playing on the Pep Guardiola, he'd play him as a six, as a DM. But I'm just happy. He didn't complain. Was very professional, and when the opportunity came, he took it. I do like him a lot. But that's, by the way, thank you, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go along with 25 likes, and we are 45 minutes into the show. We should be doing a lot better than that. Chimera, just go back to where you're coming from. I don't like you. Best game from Caicedo. He plays very well when Kukurea inverted. I haven't thought about that. Is that the case, really? No, but no. He doesn't. But listen, I don't think so. Do you agree, Taveo, that what's the name? Casado, he's playing well because Kukurea inverts. Is that what you think is the case?
Nah, I disagree because Moses Caicedo, even against Bournemouth, he played very well without Marco Correa invading. So I don't see that is the case, to be honest.
It's just it's just the only thing. I think I learned that from Bobby, and I think that's the case, really. Whenever there's an international break and he had to travel to represent his country, or maybe whenever he gets injured and stays out for a while, it takes him time to recover. He's an excellent player. The question now is, what does the manager do when Romeo Lavia recovers? Maybe rotate, but the most important thing is that we're blessed. I don't know. It's a manager's headache to deal with, not mine. Um, Good morning to you too, Chelsea Archer. Nice to see you, all you beautiful Blues. Yesterday's game, for me, was the clearest indication of real forward steps since these owners took over. The whole team played very well and with great cohesion. Great cohesion indeed. We played as a unit. We did press as a unit. On and off the ball, we played as a unit. And Houston, something that also makes me very happy is this: with this squad, you could see the way they behave, the way they treat each other. Maybe even from afar, you could tell that there's a strong unity in the squad. I don't know if you want to speak about that, and that's important.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the players is united. You can see even when you score a goal, they go all together, they smile. It's like a banter and stuff. So I'm so happy, man. And then now we added quality attackers. That means if someone is not doing well, we have another one who's available and ready to perform for us. So it's not about Sancho FC, Kolpama FC, Jackson FC. It's all about a group of players playing together and want to win together. So I'm so happy about it, coach.
Yeah, we have a team. We have a team, and something I did say on I said on X is this. Again, for whatever whenever we play, we'll have quality on either flanks. On the left wing, right wing, we'll have good quality. Whether Mudrik starts, because Mudrik will get his time and he can only get better. And I don't think the club will sell him, as a lot of people, as the rumors suggest. I think, yeah, he'd be here next season. He will get playing Europe Cup games, and the manager will drill him, help him become better, as we've heard he's trying to do. So we have quality everywhere. Maybe you cannot say the same for the left back position, but I think you can, because Renato Vega can actually fulfill that role and fulfill it effectively, in my opinion. But thank you for that. More likes, people. More likes. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes that do go along with 27 likes. We can do a lot better than that. And quickly, for those of you who are following the show, but for one reason or the other, you're not able to participate in the chat, just know that we appreciate you. That's because you following the show alone does go a long way. But we want to ask you for one favor, one tiny bitty favor, which is to take a second and drop a like on the stream for us, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And if you're following the show on X, please help us get to 5,000 followers as soon as possible. Just drop a like on the video on X, share the video, and also follow our X account. And my bro here, Tabeho, is saying, please kindly subscribe to Tabeho's YouTube channel. Don't you know the command, Tabeho? You're getting me to just read. Please, people, go and check out the Tabeho's YouTube channel. The link is there. Be sure to subscribe. Let him know I sent you. Let's help him get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. He's getting closer and closer to that number. Jackson was good. Props to him, but the fans want consistency. Not just the fans. Yeah, I can. why wouldn't the manager want consistency from him too? I think Jackson, he the one in shot, you could argue, the one in shot from the manager was clear when he said, I think it was against Bournemouth, that we created a lot of chances, but we lacked quality in the box. He's smart enough. When he heard that, he knew he had to improve. Maybe just do that consistently. Otherwise, Nkunku, who's currently a better finisher, will take his place, or someone else. Even Mark Gui will get a chance because the manager did mention the kid too, and he likes him. Wycliffe Barrosh, hi coach. I am late. Thank you. That this lateness is greatness. Well, thank you for joining. Starting Nico was the best decision for Maresca. If someone has a one bad game, doesn't mean he should be benched. I wouldn't say against Bali he had chances that he didn't take, and that's not the first time. So yeah, I wouldn't say one bad game. But here's the thing: it took me, maybe I didn't realize that in time, but when the game started, I realized, okay, even maybe during the pre-game show, we realized, we did talk about how West Ham, that they play a high line, and with that, I think Jackson, it makes starting Jackson makes perfect sense, because and during the game you could see he was able to exploit the spaces in behind the West Ham defensive line. But if we played against teams that defend deep, or maybe low block, if that's the language you prefer, then Nkunku would be better off deploying Nkunku as our number 9, because he's a better player in terms of his close control and his ability to navigate traffic in the box, in the opposition box. So yeah, the manager knew exactly what he was doing, and it worked. So I'm glad. Again, I remember at one point we did say it's his job to decide who starts, and he knows what he's doing. But I'm still gonna tell you this: Jackson probably read the room. He realized that was a warning shot for the manager to have said openly in public that, yeah, we created chances, but we didn't have quality in the box. Let's see what else we have here. Colwell has been excellent. Yep, he's been based on numbers, even beyond numbers, honestly. Tosin too brought a stability, but I think Nani and Sancho needs to reduce unproductive dribbles. They need to know when to free the ball. I think maybe Nani. Even yesterday, Nani's problem wasn't over dribble. I think his biggest issue during that game was not squaring the ball for his teammates and trying to shoot. When he had his teammates in the box, he tried to be to be the goal scorer. And I've seen argument. Let's actually talk about it a bit. I'll come back to that in a bit. I've seen arguments on X. Some people saying he's selfish. Do I think Nani is a selfish player? Yeah, maybe that would change later. Yeah, and I see a friend of mine on X, Naija Bro, to showing that game where I think he squared the ball to Nicolas Jackson, but that's one of. That's that's one of. In most cases, he tries to shoot and to be the goal scorer. Yeah. For me, I wouldn't say what's his name? Jadon Sancho hogs the ball too much. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. Maybe you're right. I don't know. Let's get your opinion of this. And if you're in the chat, sorry, we will get to your comments in a bit. Just give me a few minutes. Let's hear what Tebejo has to say with regards to the CEO of Chelsea FC, Jingo's comments on Jadon Sancho and Nani Madueke hogging the ball too much. I hope I didn't read that wrong. Let me see. Reduce unproductive dribbles. I don't think what's his name? Jadon Sancho dribbles unnecessarily. I think he's a more productive dribbler than Nani Madueke. He hardly ever dribbles unnecessarily, in my opinion. He releases the ball quicker. But let's hear your opinion on that, Tebejo.
Yeah, people need to rewatch the game again if maybe they are saying different things. Because if you watch the game, we didn't use our wingers that much against West Ham. We wanted to head them in the middle field, in the middle. That's why Enzo Maresca, they asked him after the game. He said West Ham normally use Emerson and another Wan-Bissaka forward. They go high and they drop one midfielder in the middle to make it as a back three. But that means you have more space to create. So that's why you saw a fantastic goal by Nicolas Jackson, the second goal that we used the middle. So I'm not worried about Noni's Madueke's and Sancho's performance because in a different game they're going to use a different tactics. So this game we wanted to head them in the middle more. So nothing to do with Noni Madueke or Sancho. And Sancho, I think he played very well.
Yeah,
To
he
be
did
honest.
good. I think maybe he's still not fully fit. Maybe I don't know. Um, but I wouldn't say if anybody hugs the ball too much or maybe doesn't release attempt unproductive dribbles, it would be non-emotic and not, in my opinion. I don't know. Let's see. Good morning, GFC Gavin. Nice to see you, brother. I do hope you're doing well. We still have our plans in place, but we'll talk soon. Big up to you, to Prince Mars. Nice to see you. We enjoy our club back to life. I haven't started screaming Chelsea are back yet, but the signs are good, and I know we'll finish the season well. All right, let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And GFC Gavin, big up, man. People go and subscribe to GFC Gavin's YouTube channel. Let's help him get to at least 5,000 subscribers as soon as possible. He's doing really well. And hopefully I'll get the time to be on his panel whenever I can. This beautiful club gave me joy and peace of mind yesterday. I am happy we started getting it right. The signs, again, since his arrival as our new manager, I think, yeah, he's made great progress in just a few months. But nice to see you, Collins Nochiwa. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. My only problem is this team now is Madike. He needs to play for the team, not for himself. If he doesn't, we have Pedro Neto who start over him. We have numbers there, so I'm not too concerned. Even Cole Palmer can come can start on the flanks, and Nick, what's his name, Jaffelik, who start in the 10th position, or even Jaden Sancho. So Colwell is starting to show very nice organizational skills, and he is pushing his foot, putting his foot, putting his foot now, and he's looked stronger. Usually, last season he was easily muscled off the ball. Yeah, instead of backing off, it's making the a whole lot. I think he's improved significantly. Excuse me. Hello to you, to Siaka, poetry inspired by the Bible. Okay. Nice to see you, Mr. Siaka. I'm guessing, yeah, I know who that is. Okay. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Anything else? A big up to you, to Kisha, my New York bro. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. No one saw a clean sheet coming, but you were optimistic and you were happy that Jackson was starting. You weren't just saying that you were certain the manager was going to start Jackson. You were sure he was going to do well. And I didn't see a clean sheet coming. I knew we were going to win. I thought we were actually concede up to 2 goals. Maybe the way I rounded off was when Tabejo asked me my prediction. I said, we're going to win by a goal. If they score 2, we'll be able to score 3. But boy, they weren't even close to scoring 2 against us, in my opinion. But let's see. Yes, just go away. The blue tip again. Big up to you too, my bro. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for finding the time to join the show. If Jackson was Nigerian, there would be no end of praise for him from Coach. Shameless, H plus brother. Love you too, brother. So much love. But here's the thing, I don't do that. I would be preaching for the club to sign Osimhen right now, but I don't do that. It doesn't matter where you're from. I protected Koulibaly, defended Koulibaly. There are all the players also. I defended Kukurea. Tosin, probably not going to play for Nigeria, but I defend him because he's a good footballer. But just go away and leave me alone. All right, people. Everyone go and subscribe to Chelsea FC Jingle. Let's help him grow. Let's help him get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. He deserves that. But I think he's taking a break at the moment, which is good. Sometimes you need to. YouTube can be exhausting. Tobeho, that's Siaka saying hello to you. Keep dropping the likes. Understand, people. The likes that go a long way. Coach, stop stealing your son's lyrics. Go. Indeed, his own. I hope he doesn't sue me for copyright. Let's be realistic. Chelsea will take about 5-10 years to be one of the best teams in Europe. I disagree. I think it starts this season. We will surprise a lot of people, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion anyway. Sponsorless Chelsea, sooner to be sponsored by Milo or Lucazette. Not bad. we're, we're out here balling. What we need is the money. And here's the thing. If we were again, if we're that desperate for a sponsor, I think we'd take one that pays us whatever they want to pay us. But I know these owners, they didn't become billionaires by being dumb. I think we'll get one of the best sponsors. Just relax. Let's show what we're capable of doing on the pitch first. Then we'll talk about that. And if you are in the chat, let's hear your opinion on the performances of the players. For me, it was a professional performance. More importantly, complacency didn't set in because yeah, we were cruising. Last season, we'd scored 2 goals and then that's it. And then the players would take their foot off the gas, and yeah, the opponents will start battering us. So let's look at it. The rating for the players, and if you are in the chat, let's hear your opinion on the performances of the players. Wow, all green except for Enzo Fernandez and Wesley Fofana. But here's the thing. I don't know how some people see football. You see how we were able to control the game when we wanted to. When we wanted, that was because of that was Enzo Fernandez. He helped us do that, and we did that effectively yesterday. But we weren't able to do that against Bournemouth. But unfortunately, a lot of people, if you're not scoring goals or not creating chances, they don't rate you. Enzo Fernandez, he had a good game yesterday, in my opinion. Yeah, I get it. He's one of the least rated players, 6.7, Fofana 6.7. But don't discount. You don't take for granted his importance in that game that day. But a lot of people will, because probably majority of fans of the fan base see football on a surface level. They don't see deeper. This guy, he was more like the orchestrator, if you want to. But Tebeho, let's hear you on your opinion on the importance of Enzo Fernandez. And I know a lot of people won't even talk about him. I think he was very important to the way we played. But let's hear you, Tebeho.
Yeah, I agree with you. I said it after the Bournemouth game that we needed Enzo Fernandez because we couldn't just control the game against Bournemouth. They were all over us. But if we had Enzo with Moisés Caicedo together, we should have maybe played a little more better in the first half because all over us, what we did was just play the ball forward without any penetration. But with Enzo, what he does just play simple balls, and when you see our players more wide or more space, he just played a very nice ball. And today, yesterday, he was not overlapping a lot. He was just more deep, and Sancho was helping a lot. So I'm so happy about his performance. Hopefully, we can see the more ends of that. But overall, those guys are criticizing him. They don't watch football. They just watch the stats, the rating and stuff. But go and watch football, and you see how Enzo Fernandez is important. How we build up from the back to the attack.
And he presses very well. I know he's not the most gifted in terms of his ability to contribute defensively, but in the final thought, he presses very well because we do press as a unit. I think what happens in most cases, he waits. His teammate moves on the player with the ball. He waits for the error, and and once the opposition player missteps, be rest assured he's getting the ball. But beyond that, he controls the tempo of the game. He helps us. He knows when to go back, when to go sideways, when to go forward. He does that effectively, and the manager knows that. And I've heard when I heard people argue that yeah, he's gonna be the odd man out. I told them you don't know him. We don't have any other player that can do what he does in the team right now until I see that. But right now he's more like when we had Jorginho, even though a lot of people didn't see his importance in the team at the time, but only realized again, a lot of people learned how important Jorginho was to us at the time when he got injured or when he's suspended or when he left. It took time before we were able to start coping with his absence. But Enzo is that guy. Say what you like about him, you're not going to know how important he is until he's not playing. Or maybe because a lot of people don't understand football. Let's see. Chelsea Ultra is saying, "Yep, the next sponsor deal is going to be big." Yep, I don't fear that. But a lot of people you can say make it into what it is not really. They get concerned for nothing. Facts, coach. It's not gonna take that long. I have a prediction for this season, but I will keep my my powder dry for now because you don't know what you're doing. You don't want to predict and miss it. I think we'll finish in the top four, but we'll see. I've said that, and I usually don't say this sort of things because I can say it. What I liked about the performance, let's say what he has to say. What I liked about the performance, okay, but how was how the players managed the game. People don't see what Enzo does. Yep, a lot of people don't. And I'm going to say something I've already said. A lot of people see football on a surface level, and that's it. Yeah. Enzo Fernandez is just like what Jorginho was to us at the time. You don't know his importance until he's not on the pitch. Then you see we'll struggle to control games. Yeah, and lots of pressure. He's a sort of Jorginho, for instance, at the time, he's the sort of a player that had he been on the pitch for us the day we played Bournemouth, that pressure, he would have killed it easily. Just once the ball gets to him, he will slow down the tempo of the game, get the opposition to run around a bit, which in turn will reduce the pressure on us and will keep the ball a lot more than we did on that day. But did you hear Enzo Maresca talk about how sometimes we were usually too much in a hurry to do something with the ball and not try to dominate with the ball, starve up the opposition of the ball a little bit, then find space to do something. The counter attacks is a different thing altogether. But Enzo Fernandez is the reason why we were able to control the game to the extent we did whenever needed. Um, yeah, people don't see what Enzo does. He's the reason for the ball moving quickly. Also, if need be, if you need to slow things down, he does that effectively too. With Tosin and Colwell in the center of our defense and the brilliance of Kukurea, brilliance indeed. We might as well get another clean sheet against Brighton in our next game. Let's just not just give away set piece. I don't know. It looks like we've improved in terms of defending set piece. Actually, we're not there yet, and we have my bro Tamidayo Oluwareka. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well, and thank you so much for finding the time to be with us today. It's been a minute. Let's get the likes up, people. 37 likes. We can do a lot better than that. And once again, the blue tiff game. Put your $50 where your mouth is, coach. You did crazy, so. Coach, I owe you a drink for your prediction and consistent backing and assurance of Tosin because I know him. I know him. Honestly, I don't just back players for the sake of it, in all honesty, and that's who I am. But thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hopefully, I'll find you so that you can na big one. I did Oromo. I like Oromo too. I tasted it and I liked it, but I nearly didn't go back to my hotel that day. So I'm not. Let's not talk about it here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you. Big up to you too, Daniel Crane. It's been a minute, Mr. Daniel Crane. Nice to see you. Bobby will be later. Bobby, nice to see you. I appreciate you. Sorry, I disappointed you guys. Couldn't come online because I had to take my boys for their practice. Yeah, I take that seriously. We call it soccer practice here. But Bobby, thank you for joining us. I want to get your thoughts. What stood out for you? What made the difference? The manager's tactics, more importantly, were spot on. But there are other areas again that were obvious that what the manager did there made a difference. Well, Bobby, let's hear your overall thoughts on the game, and thank you for joining us. I do hope you're doing well.
Yeah, big up, coach.
Big up, my
Big
bro.
up, guys. Yeah, I mean, look, it was an excellent game from our perspective, and in terms of
Hmm.
the result. We have to stay realistic and keep our feet on the ground, just like I said with the performance of Jaden Sancho, and people were getting so carried away. I said, look, give him time, don't overhype him, because when he does have a dip in form, you same people that were overhyping him will queue up to start to castigate him.
Hmm.
Now, he didn't particularly have a great game yesterday, but he didn't have a bad game. But
He
it
got
tempered,
an assist also.
yeah, but it tempered some of the excessive hype he was getting from his cameo 20 minutes first
Hmm.
appearance. Look, he's a good player. I like him. Look, what we're seeing now is the product of the evolution of the project. You know, a rebuild doesn't take place overnight. It takes time, it takes trial and error, and it starts to fall in place bit by bit. This team is beginning to find its way. It still has a way to go. I think, as much as we were great, West Ham were off form, a little bit of lousy defending and so on. But hey, you can only beat what's put in front of you. And last season, would we have been able to dismantle them this way? It could be debatable, probably. Who knows? But we should be satisfied. We should be happy, and I hope the fan base now are a little bit calmer. They all the clamor to attack Chelsea at every simple whim and whisper. It has to stop. We are the people that protect the club from the offenses out there where we shouldn't join them and attack the club. It was very interesting seeing Bedard Bali and Todd Bowley sat together in an away game watching Chelsea. I mean, people need to really stop these things. Every little thing, boardrooms. If you've sat in a boardroom, I'm sure you have yourself, um, coach. There are differences of opinion on business and other things. Doesn't mean to say you've fallen out with your peers, but you will have a difference of opinion. Is part of boardroom strategy, is part of boardroom discourse. Things weren't going perfectly. Certain projects are still outstanding, like the stadium and the issues of our purchases. It's there that it's ironed out. Not everything at Chelsea has to come under this ridiculous public scrutiny. Yet, surprise, surprise, we're all so happy to have them do the 115 financial charges against Manchester City in secret. Nobody's talking about this. Nobody's agitating as to why this is. There needs to be transparency there. So, I think this result is a signal. Lay off Chelsea. Let Chelsea do what it needs to do to find its feet again without being attacked at every single nook and corner from its own fan base. I was really happy to see on X there was a group chat that I just went in and listened to. I didn't really want to partake. I just wanted to hear what they were saying. There's a guy called Stanley. The guy, he's a nice guy. He tends to send me invitations. Sometimes I join them. Sometimes I don't agree with what they're saying, to be perfectly honest. Especially a few months ago or back not last season when we were in the throes of injuries and the rebuild. I didn't agree with them a lot, but I still listen a bit when I can. And I was listening to them and I was really happy. One guy came on and shut down one person. I won't be descriptive as to, this person was attacking Jackson, Madweke, already attacking players after a 3-0 win at West Ham away. Something we haven't done in a while. Goodness me, what? You can't enjoy the moment for the moment? You still have to attack. So he really shut it down. And I was so happy that we're now having, parts of the fan base that are here to support the club and not tolerate this constant attack on the club. I think well done yesterday. Some good performances. Jackson, really, this Maresca looks at him as the number 9. And really, Jackson is a good player. We forget he's developing, but Jackson could well turn out to be one of the Chelsea greats if he continues on this path of development.
Yep, thank you so much, Bobby. Your guy, Moises Caicedo, who I think you were the first to point out that it takes him a while to pick up form after traveling for international assignment, or maybe if he's out injured. Uh, wow, he was just a different animal on that day, pulling in tackles, not missing any, make sure he gets to the ball. He wasn't bullied. He was just brilliant on that day, and that made me happy. I think we have numbers in every position, maybe except for maybe where no, I think we have numbers in every position really. If the centre backs, if we're able to switch up the centre back pairing and still have Tosin perform as he did, I've always known he's that good. Wesley Fofana is getting there, and if he gets anybody, Achille gets a chance and shows, yeah, you know what, I've overcome whatever it is that I've been going through. Then we have good enough numbers in the defensive line. Maybe then Anselmino comes and joins. We don't need to sign a centre back, but that's just my opinion anyway. I'm just happy that we have numbers in every position, in my opinion. In all positions, I think we will finish third. Yeah, I like that. It's possible. We have the squad too, and the manager is a very confident individual, very confident in his abilities. And also, but here's the thing: what he does, I like. Every time they try to get him to say where he believes it he would finish, he plays it down strategically. He plays it down, but I know if you see how he speaks of the squad, of the quality of the squad, you know that yeah, he knows exactly what he's doing. Yeah. And let's see, Coach asks Bobby. I'm
Yes,
not
yes,
doing that. I am seriously not going to do that. Coach asked Bobby what he thought about Dewsbury Hall. No, I'm not asking. Bobby, everybody
Look,
knows
look,
how you feel about him.
that's Drinkwater in disguise. He has never shown me any reason to really get behind him. I cannot understand that player. I really can't. And what infuriates me is that he's brought on and we have Kani Chukwumeka not even on the bench. I mean, come on, please. It's irrational at best.
Listen, I like Carney, and I think their profiles are different. I like Carney, but if the manager feels like the player he needs is Driscoll Hall, I'm all for it. Honestly, I'm not going to judge him. He's proven that we just need to trust him to do his job. But I still think that he will come good. And Bobby, remember, beyond October, if it doesn't come good, then I will say yeah, we shouldn't have signed him. I think he will come good. He just needs time, and I think in October he will, as long as he stays fit. Um, the Bluetooth game says not gonna lie, predicting a top four finish is a tapping. We were second for them. No, I've always said top four. Don't do that here. That's not the first time I say we're gonna finish in the top four. Don't do that with me right now. I'm gonna block you. I know you have superpower as a moderator, but I'm gonna block you right now. Fun days. Well, always. Vic, nice to see you, my bro. Any updates from you, Vic? Um, I've seen a lot of people attack Nani, but although he weren't great not enough in two games, two consistent games. That doesn't warrant the okay. It's not enough to warrant the team performance, and Jackson is so underrated. I think if you understand football, we've done that here severally. We all know Jackson is a good player. We all know Jackson does everything else very well, except score goals efficiently and consistently. And we've always known that will come with time. Yeah. And the pregame argument was that maybe he needs to taste the bench. Maybe that will push him. You could argue maybe the manager's comment alone pushed him, led to him doing self-assessment and realizing he needs to do better in front of goal. So that was a warning from the manager. He wasn't direct, but we were all smart enough to know what that means, what the manager meant at the time, what means when he said that, what he meant when he said that. So Nobody again. If anybody's saying Jackson is a bad player, they're not being truthful. No player is perfect. The question is again. Some people were saying just play him on the flanks, on the as a winger. He was never a number nine. I'll be the first to tell you that. At Villarreal, I think he got to play as a number nine when one of their players got injured. And we signed him as a number nine. But here's the thing: it wouldn't make sense to say he's a bad player. He has issues. For instance, Modric is a good player, but we know he can be, in majority of the times, he can be selfish. Yeah, and if he can improve on that, he would do again. He'll become a much better player. If you get the point, I know a lot of people. Yeah, there are you could see a few here and there saying Jackson is shit nonsense. No, I don't think he's a bad player. He just needs to improve. Yeah, no problem, bro. I totally understand. I did see it at the again in the back end that you had a connection issue. The fan base will always be divided until results and explanations have been met. Okay, yeah, that's the truth. It's a result driven business. Until we perform consistently, there will always be questions from some quarters of the fan base. So that makes sense. Kunle Kuku, it's been a minute. I understand you've been busy because bills don't pay themselves. Enzo is one of the most important team players. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that. Yep. He dictates the rhythm, style, and pace of the game. I was looking for you to help me put it better, and yeah, nice. Jorginho mostly play safe and invite pressure to the team, or only plays a shot sideways and I think Jorginho's uh, application of himself at the time depends on the manager, who was the manager at the time, and the manager's demand. On the salary, he hardly does those things you mentioned there. But we're not here to argue about Jorginho. But I appreciate you helping me describe how Enzo applies himself or his importance to the team, which a lot of people don't know. A lot of people complain he's not quick. He's the reason why we have a lot of space in the midfield, yada yada yada, and all that. Um, yeah, I did ask Bobby the question, and I didn't want him to speak, but he had to. An OG like him had to speak his mind on that particular issue. Then Maresca has to balance and keeping the squad happy, which likely explains the early subs. I liked his management, though. I wish Jackson had stayed longer to push for a hat trick. No, I mean, it's easy to say that, but you risk the player getting injured or getting overplayed. And like you said, I think you started your comment very well. You have to keep everyone happy.
Coach,
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, I just want to add something. I remember Leicester City fans said Enzo Maresca doesn't like to make any substitutions. All you do is just wait until the end. But since he was at Chelsea, I haven't seen that. He's always making early substitutions just to try to win the games. So they gave us false information.
You could argue maybe the lesser his problem, the reason he didn't uh, make make subs on time at Leicester City was because he didn't have. You can say we have a very strong bench, so maybe he didn't have that much quality at Leicester City. I don't know if you get my point. That may well have been the case. But here's the thing: I didn't pay attention to what they were saying. I was paying attention to what the players themselves, who worked up close with the manager, what they were saying. Like telling us he's a very dynamic. He's very dynamic with his approach, and for every opponent, that's a different approach. And during the international break, he doesn't stop working. He tries to find a way to beat a particular team A, B, C, or D. Those were the people I was paying attention to. I wasn't paying attention to the Leicester City fans. I wasn't concerned. Some of them actually were invited to shows by Chelsea fans, and they were saying the same thing. But I wasn't concerned. I was paying attention, doing my research and learning, okay, what can I learn from the manager? So it's common sense, really. If he had the sort of quality he has right now at Chelsea, if he had the measure of quality he has at Chelsea right now, at Leicester City, he'd be making changes. Yeah, so I'm not that thing moving, but good point though. Mabas05, my Iraqi bro, is here. Big up, coach. and everyone on the panel. I am happy with the win. And who needs us? When we've got Jackson, give me two Jacksons, one with job of playing style, one with Costa. Here's I'm going to say this quickly. I told people I'm one of those that didn't feel like we do necessarily need. We don't need a striker, especially if the one we're going to sign will be the one will be Osimhen and pay that much money for him, and they only get to use him in certain games. It just doesn't make sense. Jorginho against Villa last season was responsible for Arsenal's downfall in the title. He's not perfect. Players do make mistakes. Yeah, I can name one. I won't forget. It was it against Dortmund. Enzo Fernandez couldn't stop. This Yoruba bro? I can't remember his name. So he wasn't perfect, and I'm still gonna tell you how he performs depends on the manager's demand and you realizing, again, realizing that there's something he doesn't have. He's not the quickest, and sometimes even though he reads the game very well, Jorginho's biggest problem is sometimes he knows what to do in a particular situation, but it takes him a lot of time to get to the position to do the right thing. But some managers do know how to utilize him very, very well, and I don't know. I think it depends on who you ask, but I like Jorginho, and I would defend him anytime, anything. But right now, he's an Arsenal player. Let's talk about Enzo Fernandez. Anything else? Yeah, Vicky saying, I meant to say the result and expectations are still still sleeping. Okay, but it makes sense. Yeah. Now, big up to you too, and the blue tip again, coach. I'm not concerned about players having bad games. It happens. No player is perfect. Yep, they will always be a threat. Opposing defenders won't say to themselves, "He had the bad game." Yep, last time. So I'm gonna let him run a riot in this game. Yep, very, very true. Irrespective of what you feel about our players, will always be a threat, and we have numbers there. The manager could decide to switch things up. Whoever comes in does an equally good job, or maybe an even better job. So it depends. Let me see. All right. Anything else here? Says we're really missing a fully fit Rhys James at right back. Do you know when it's expected? Late early October, I think. We'll look at it in a bit. Yeah, this is saying the Leicester City bench was too weak under Maresca, which was the reason why Maresca. Yep, it's simple. That's a serious tapping right there. You're learning. So let's see what else. Reece James's return date. Where is it? Late October. So we're actually not in a hurry for him to come back. Maybe that's all right. Maybe he suffered a setback as reported a few days ago. I'm not too sure. We do not have a 3-4-3 or 3-5-2 dilemma now. No longer. Yep. No longer. We're ever changing, ever fluid. Thanks to Enzo Maresca. I think that's important. Bobby, I know you again, if you're still there, we've heard people Leicester City fans, to be more specific, how a lot of them talked about how Maresca isn't dynamic, is one-dimensional, that people will figure him out, and that's from the fans. And then we heard from multiple of the Leicester City players who played under him, telling us, no, he's ever dynamic. It's not one way. Things change based on the opposition, and during international break, he's looking at opponents. Again, he's been proactive, looking at trying to figure out ways to beat opponents, and that was evident yesterday. Actually, how when nullified West Ham United, they come across as if they were in poor form. I wouldn't say that was the case, actually, because we played so well that they weren't sure what to do against us. Really, they had no answer to our application on the day. But Bobby, let's hear you. We've talked about that before, but I haven't asked you that question. I think it's important that he's dynamic in his approach, not bent on using a particular playing a certain way, irrespective of the opposition or whatever happens. But people quick to say, yeah, all about Enzo Maresca is just all about possession-based football, inverting the fullbacks. No, there's a lot more that we don't know, actually. That's why in most cases you look at the games and you have to rewatch it to be able to say and pay attention to the average positioning of the players, to pay attention to say we before you be able to say we played a certain way. But Bobby, the importance of him being dynamic. Let's hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, Chelsea fans like to, well, some Chelsea fans, I don't want to totally generalize. They
Hmm.
like to feel they know about how Chelsea play, and then they become stupid enough to broadcast it to the world. You know, we have people even making streams of Chelsea's tactics for everybody to see because they think it makes them look clever. Whereas for me, I think it makes them look very stupid. To be honest with you, I think Enzo Maresca is not stupid enough to think that playing one particular way will not put him, his team, and his job in jeopardy. This is the Premier League. Even in any other league, you have to be flexible and compliant to different scenarios and different challenges, not least to
Hmm.
mention the Premier League, where opposition studies you to the hilt and knows everything about you, your players. Yes, you can have a said system, but within that system, you must be very, very prepared to make changes, to adapt, and and to be flexible in your execution against the opposition, many of whom are going to keep coming at you based on the weaknesses they know of you, and you have to give them um, other scenarios that will keep them guessing. Like, for example, what he's doing at the moment with the right back situation in the absence of our injured Gusto and James. I think he's playing a bit of cat and mouse there. One minute he uses Desassi. He knows Desassi is not particularly strong there. But then when he does that, he has an overlap from the midfield, or at least he tries to. And then when it gets too bad, he brings in Fafana, who is also not quite a right back. I think ultimately his solution there has got to be Archimpong, as young as he is and he may well do that on Tuesday. Who knows? So he's keeping everybody guessing. Predictability is one of the worst things you can do in the Premier League. Terrible thing you can do. And that's why, I keep getting angry when these people think, oh, Chelsea play like this. Oh, let's make a stream going through all Chelsea's tactics. You're just giving it away. Yes, teams will do that for themselves, but let them do that for themselves without your help, because there are certain things you may have seen that they won't see. So, we've got to keep the cat and mouse aspect going. You're right. I think Chelsea did surprise West Ham. They hit them in such a way that they couldn't reply. I think the major reason for that is that nobody really knows Maresca's team. Nobody. It's all very new, it's all very different. So it's hard to plan for. There's no um, foundation with which to plan for this Chelsea team. In fact, nobody even knew what the actual starting lineup was
Hmm.
going to be until an hour before the game. So it's very difficult for the opponents at the moment. Both those that play low block, they've tried it, it doesn't work. They've tried high press, doesn't work. They're trying all these different things, compacting the midfield. Well, that was a mistake because when West Ham went to compact the midfield like Bournemouth did and Crystal Palace before them, what we did was hit them on the flanks. That was how Jackson had acres of space to score his first goal. And when they went out to mitigate for the flanks, there were gaping holes in the middle. And of course, without having the monster that they had there in Declan Rice in defensive midfield, they became vulnerable. And of course, Jackson exploited and scored his second goal, which he really still had a lot of work to do because
Hmm.
the goalkeeper, really covered the angles. So, credit to him. So, they're all over the place, these teams now. Nobody really knows what to do with Chelsea. And we have to play that advantage for as long as it lasts and be prepared to change when we find that people have understood us, like Bournemouth sort of thought, okay, compact the midfield, these guys are going to struggle. To a certain extent, we did, but we certainly didn't make that mistake with West Ham. We were mobile, fluid, we used the flanks when we needed to, we came through the middle when we needed to, and that's very, very difficult to deal with, especially when you don't have that point striker. You have a very mobile striker in Nicolas Jackson. I think we're going to give teams a lot of problems this season, especially as we start to get used to playing with each other and playing with the Maresca system.
Yeah, I do think so too. And just quickly, I just wanted us to look at Moisés Caicedo's numbers, and then we'll talk about Robert Sanchez, how he's improved before we round up, because I know a lot of people would want to go watch the Brighton game. I want to watch it too. Here, Moisés Caicedo, he played for, and he's still just 22. He played for 90 minutes. Yep, correct. One assist. Yep. The Nicolas Jackson's second goal. Total shots one. Accurate passes 87%. Not, but that's actually good. Chances created one. We've seen that. Let's see what else we have here. Block shots one. Touches 75 in total. Touches in opposition box one. Passes into the final third one, which was the one Nicolas Jackson scored with. Accurate crosses 1 out of 250%, not bad. Accurate long balls 2 out of 5, 40%. You can do better than that. Tackles 1, 4 out of 8, 50%. Blocks 2, clearances 2, headed clearances 2, interceptions 1, defensive actions 14 in total, recoveries 4, dribbled past twice, duels 1, 13 in total, duels lost 3, ground duels 1, 10 out of 12, 83%. That's excellent. My goodness, what a player! Again, he's proven that that's his worth how much you paid for him. Aerial duels 1, 3 out of 4, and he's not the tallest on the pitch, by the way. I think it was an excellent performance from him. Let's see what else we have here. And this is from Cellulware Engineering. You're right about most journalists exposing the tactics. I think they don't even need to do that. The truth remains that managers do see what's going on, but in the case of Maresca, you can't say he will play a certain way. You cannot say that. And just quickly, I want to do something. Today's Thiago Silva's birthday. We have to, let loose the balloons and fireworks to celebrate him. The political game is saying Bobby, right? Lopetegui he wasn't happy at halftime. Just go away, only to come out for the second half and get slapped with another Parma goal. Yep. So that was the manager's plan. That was the game plan. The manager studied them very well, and it was easy to deal with them the way we did. In addition to what Bobby is saying, people who think Maresca um, um, is one dimensional are disconnected from facts. After winning the championship, he granted an interview where he analyzed the different formations, but people aren't paying attention. I don't know how the fans would be the ones to educate you on how the manager plays. Do your own research. Yeah. So you make a great point there. He did break down his approach. There are so many facets to it. It's not one way, and he changes. Caicedo better than Zubimendi and Rodri. Caicedo is different. He will be his own. I am thrilled to see Sanchez proven us wrong. Most of us had doubts about him at the start of the season, but if you were truthful at the end of the season, if you paid attention to the numbers, you'd know that he did better than Petrovic. Yeah. But people usually base their judgment on eye test alone. But something I've tried to tell people is this: whatever your eye test tells you, again, don't just go by that. Look at numbers. They both complement each other. You will make more sense with regards to how well a player has done if you pay attention to both. Don't leave one out. Because if you go with just numbers, for instance, somebody that passes the ball sideways and backwards, that often opts for several options in terms of passing the ball, can have 100% pass accuracy. But if you haven't seen the person to know that they only opt for several options, you know, wow, he's an excellent passer of the ball. So you need both. I've seen people condemn statistics numbers. I've seen people condemn eye test. You need both to come to a sensible conclusion with regards to how a player is. Dennis Zakaria. Oh, I didn't pay attention. Sorry. Dennis Zakaria he's an excellent player. He's doing well at Monaco right now. He's the captain actually. Graham Potter had him at the time and wasn't sure what to do with him. Chelsea fans on X would prefer a Ter Stegen than Sanchez. No, listen, Sanchez. When he joined us, it was Roger, and who at the time was telling people calm down that he hadn't played for a while before we signed them, and players get rusty when they don't. Again, at Brighton, he hadn't played for a while before we signed him, and when that happens to a player, that they do get to players, they do get rusty. But people weren't paying attention to that, and we did realize also that the more games he played at the time, he was showing better form. He improved and probably wasn't prepared to start. He shouldn't be starting at the time, but because Kepa jumped ship, we had to make him our number one. And we were telling people, be patient. Even after saying this, I still think that Philip Jorgensen is capable of becoming the number one. But right now, Sanchez hasn't put a foot wrong. He deserves to keep his place. And I'm glad I was one of those that said, pay attention to the numbers. He actually did better than Petrovic. A lot of people were arguing that, yeah, Petrovic is a better goalkeeper, going by eye test alone, not even paying attention to the numbers at the end of the season to see, yeah. I'm not saying Petrovic is a bad goalkeeper. He's still very young and can get better. But Sanchez, wow, since the start of the season, his distribution has been near perfect, in my opinion. His misplaced passes here and there. You can say had the opposition, you could argue, had the opposition take it and make it, you could say, pounced on that properly, maybe, for lack of a more specific language. The fans will still be on his case, maybe. He's calm. He's learned to release the ball quicker than usual. Picks up excellent passes here and there. And the mistakes we see every now and then is something that's going to be there. It won't go away because we play out from the back. So give him credit, and he's rated 8.8 in this game. I know some of the saves he made came straight to him, but beyond that, he does everything else very well. He's improved significantly. Jay, let's hear your opinion on how well Robert Sanchez is doing right now. We want to round off as soon as possible so we can go watch the Brighton game. Go ahead. Are you there, Jay? All right, Tobeho, let's hear you, Robert Sanchez's improvement so that we can round off as soon as possible. I'll go optimize.
Can you hear me,
go
Coach?
ahead. Okay, go ahead, Jay, if you're there.
Sorry, there were connection issues again.
Okay, no worries.
Could you repeat the question? I couldn't hear it.
Robert Sanchez's improvement, you could say, and how well he's done since the start of the season. He deserves to keep his place until maybe he doesn't deserve to keep it. You know what that means, but let's hear you.
Yeah, first of all, that it has been a good performance. It a good start for Sanchez. Hasn't made really, as we know, the traditional Bozo errors by him. Not really seen anything yet. And the performance yesterday was also another one that can be put into a good category. Against Bournemouth, he was the main reason that we secured that victory in my eyes,
He won
saving a
us that
penalty
game.
and
Yeah.
and other saves as well. So he's been really, really good. And look, like 90% of the people, I also think that he's not our future. Personally, I think because there are some errors in his game and some of the technical flaws that he has, and what the team and the manager wants to build. I think there's a gap between that. Can he improve it? Yes, maybe. Yes, there is a chance that he can, but I doubt if those things can be really covered in a short span of time. But talking about currently, he has been really, really immense for us. He has been like literally saving big chances in every other game, and that is keeping us in the game. Now, clean sheet and Chelsea, putting these two things in the same sentence has been hard for the last 1 or 2 years, and yet this guy has been a big, big reason why we are having, like, we literally had two continuous clean sheets. So praise needs to be given where it deserves, and I think he has been really solid for us. Not only with his saves, but I think with his passing ability as well, he's doing really, really great. And I
And
think he's helping the
he's looks
defense.
more confident on the ball, right, than usual,
He
than
does,
he
and
was
I
last
think
season.
it is a confidence thing as well, coach. I think these
Hmm.
players are aware about the criticism that they get from social media and other people's and the fans around in the stadium. So I think it was hampering him a lot as well. His Brighton time was also not good. He was actually the third choice goalkeeper for them. With the relation with the manager, De Zerbi was also not good. So I think these things take a toll, and he was not really. These things doesn't help him at all. And then he came to Chelsea, and without even kicking a ball, he was under the scrutiny. There were fans on his agendas, and I think he has done a really, really good job. And there is no reason why he should be dropped yet. If he does perform poor, then obviously we can have that conversation. But right now, I think it will be mad to drop a player in such a good form, and
It
he's
wouldn't
been
make
a
sense.
big reason.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
wouldn't make sense.
absolutely.
It
Yeah.
wouldn't make sense. And kudos to him. He dealt with the criticisms very well. Um, he handled it very well. You didn't hear him saying it. He just kept doing his thing. Sorry for cutting you off, Jay. I'll let you drop.
Yeah, I think I'm done pretty much on Sanchez. Overall, I think the defense has also helped him a lot, and the experience that Caicedo and Enzo, the midfield that has also experienced in the last 1 or 2 years, I think they have got the taste of the environment of the Premier League as well. So if your players, forward players, that is the midfield, defensive line, and the midfielders, the more like the defensive midfielder does not make any mistakes, I think that also favors the goalkeeper as well. And it is also the vice versa case for the midfielders as well. If the goalkeeper does a good thing, then I think they can progress the ball forward really easily. And I think both of these lines with the goalkeeper and the defense and even the midfielders, particularly Caicedo, I think they have been in synchronized for major part of the more part of the season right now. And I hope that this relationship between them improves much more. And hopefully, I just want that the ball playing ability just improves a lot, because the long balls that I've noticed from Sanchez is not yet to the level that I expect. But I hope that it can improve. Other than that, I don't have really anything much to complain about his overall game.
Just quickly, Jay, would you say that the improvement we're seeing from him is down to the arrival of Philip Jorgensen? He realized that he has to do better or maybe lose his place.
Obviously, when you got a competition like Jorgensen, who has been like known for his ball playing ability, which will suit Maresca and the style that he wants to play, then you are always on the edge. And this can be said for all the positions that we have in the field, right? We have a strong competition from the bench, and that is why the players that are performing, that are starting from the get-go, from the first minute, are always under the pressure. That can be a pressure as well, but that is a positive pressure, right? That gives you the motivation to improve and to perform game in, game out. And I think that's the same case for Sanchez as well. I think it has been a positive. He has taken this thing with a positive approach, the inclusion of Jorgensen, and I think both of them must be having some chemistry in the training session as well. And that looks like that. Even Jorgensen is taking it well. I think he is patient and happy to be the second choice goalkeeper, and will happily play the cup games and conference league games. But yeah, I'm loving it right now from Sanchez.
Yeah, and Jorgensen himself accepts that he did talk about how well Robert Sanchez is doing. He accepts, yeah, he's doing well right now, but he's going to keep working hard. If the opportunity comes, yeah, he'll give his all for the team. Bobby, let's hear your thoughts on how well Robert Sanchez has done since the start of the season. I'd say partly because yeah, he's played enough games to regain the sort of form he showed before they are maybe falling out with the Zervi. I don't know what happened. I'm not well acquainted with that, so I'm not going to get into that. But we knew before time he needs to play a lot more to improve. But I still think the arrival of Philip Jorgensen, you could argue, pushed him even more. But let's say your thoughts on his performance before we call it a day. We can go watch at least the second half of the uh, uh, Brighton game. And we're going to do a watch along show, hit along maybe if you prefer, on the sister channel later today. So, Bobby, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. Look, Robert Sanchez is one of those few players that I can hold my hand up and say, look, I was wrong about him. So far this season, I'm very, very happy to say he has proved me wrong. I didn't want him anywhere near Chelsea. based on his last season's performances. But this season, he's been good in the air. He's he's been good at stopping shots. He's been good with the ball at his feet. He's been good with coming out to collect the ball from crosses to to relieve pressure. He even looks bigger because
Bobby says he looks bigger.
sorry,
Go ahead, Bobby.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I had a phone call that nearly got in the way. So, he is really showing that he is indeed an excellent goalkeeper, and long may that continue. You see, what we want is the best at Chelsea. I think it's rather disingenuous to say, "Why are you laughing at me?" I think I think it's rather disingenuous to say that um, uh, it's only that Jorgensen is there that he's performing like this.
No,
I
I'm not
think
saying
I
that's
think
strictly that's strictly
uh,
it.
let,
No.
let me land and finish.
Hmm.
Yeah, I accept that. I think it's not strictly that at all. It helps. It helps because it makes him know he has to stay on his toes or there's someone who can step in. But we saw the signs of this in pre-season before Jorgensen came. He played a couple of games before Jorgensen was bought. So, and he started, he performed well. It's just that we were used to a bad Robert Sanchez, and so we took it as maybe just one-off coincidences. No, he has been, just as was said before, he has been very instrumental to us keeping back-to-back clean sheets in the Premier League. And at this point, I got to shout out a couple more players. Really, I have to because the way this is going, it's looking good, Coach. I mean,
It
Tosin,
is.
wow. I mean, he is so commanding. I'm telling you, Wesley Fafana has a monumental battle in that right centre back position with Tosin. I can see him holding on to that, to be honest, and Wesley being the backup because that guy is he changed the scenario, the perception, the coolness, the anticipation, the aerial control, the playing. He controlled it all from the back. In fact, when they were talking about him on the Chelsea X platform, I've gave him a nickname, and the nickname is the Commander. He plays with such commanding elegance. I can see why they thought he would be a suitable substitute to Thiago Silva. Now that's high praise indeed, and I'm not putting him in that bracket yet. But the guy has added
But
something to that
he's
defense.
capable.
Well, with time, I believe so. He's added a lot to that defense, a lot. And he's going to, as the season goes on, some people are going to be looking at him in the international circuits because he's worthy. Let's put it that way. And another player that we really have to call out, apart from him, is oh, where's my mind going now? Oh, I'm all over the place. We've mentioned Caicedo.
You want to talk about Kukurea, Levi
Cook,
Cowell?
yeah, I was going to talk about Rivi Kowa, but you've reminded me about Cucurella. Now is Chelsea's number one left back. Hands down. Cucurella has now stood up to his price tag. He's the man there. There's just no talking about it. It is Cucurella and a backup. Just like Reece James on the right, it was Reece James and a backup. That's what we've got on the left. Levi Colwill. Yes, he started off a bit shaky, but now he's looking that centre back we want him to be. But have you noticed something about Levi? Levi comes into his own when he plays beside maturity. He did that with
Thiago
Thiago
Silva.
Silva,
Mhm.
and now he's doing that. The ideal centre back pairing was always Levi and Wesley. It's the dream centre back pairing, two young guys that will grow up together and all that. But right now, I'm telling you, I hate to say it, but Levi and Tosin are very, very solid indeed. And Tosin brings out the best in Levi. Now, does that take away Wesley? Not really. Wesley can play right or left centre back. You know, he can play right back at times. He can play DM if you really want to bring in that position. But as a right back, he may find himself a little bit rotational now because I think Maresca will struggle to drop him. To drop Tosin. I mean, I'm not well. Nobody gets dropped, but what I mean to not start Tosin. Another player. I'm watching Maresca and I'm seeing what he's doing. Madueke, that's somebody that played 90 minutes. Now he's still a child. The time he could have passed when he was through on goal, he thought, "Oh, we're 3-0 up. I want to get on the score sheet." Maybe he needs to mature from that because Cole Palmer was, there on the right, and further to him, I think was it Jackson or was it I've forgotten who else was there
I
that he
think
could have
we had at least two players
three.
that could have that
He could have
was there to
squared
make it
two.
easier for us to get another goal.
Yeah, and he's going for goal was the wrong decision. But you see, I see what Maresca's doing with him. He is a very different winger to some of the wingers we have in that he's the only direct winger we have. Goal scoring winger, the Iron Robin type, if you like. And Maresca wants to play him into form. You see, a kid like that, you got to play them and keep playing them. Let them make mistakes that you can point out to them to learn. Now, the big question will be on Madueke, has he got the head to take the correction? Because there are corrections for him, most definitely. He's not as much of a risk as is Modric at the moment. You play Modric and you could lose the game. You play Madueke, and he can score you a hat trick. That's the difference. So that's why Maresca is playing him and playing him and playing him as he's doing with Jackson. Jackson now, he said, right, son, you've got some form. Let's build on it. He's made him the number 9. He's called him out as number 9. And Jackson is playing as a number 9 and a very unique number 9 because he's mobile. He's everywhere. He wins the ball. He's left, he's right, he's center. He can now actually use his head. Now he may not be a prolific header of the ball, but he is a header of the ball. And I think we should be excited. I'm very excited. I'm very pleased with what I've seen so far from this project.
Yeah, thank you so much. I don't know, Jay, you have anything else you want to talk about? We can so that we can catch up. Wish Thiago Silva happy birthday before we round off.
No, coach. I think we have covered everything. Let's just give a tribute to the legend, Thiago.
All right. Thanks so much, Inepi. Just give me 1 second here. Not so fast. I am buying it. Sanchez is still a bomb unless he's a Golden Glove contender come December. Then we can have a conversation. Let's see what happens. Maybe he proves you wrong. And Jay is saying, whenever someone praises Tosin, coach will be like, I haven't said I said it first. Jay, that's accusation. Not to mention again of the pitch maturity, no drama. Yeah, I think I agree there. I like Bobby's words that it's looking good. Yes, it is. We have suffered enough roller coaster days. It looks like we've gotten past beyond that. Look at things to pay attention to. What has happened under our current manager? We won the game after an international break, and he's gotten into the record as one of the new managers in the Premier League to win 3 consecutive away Premier League games. That's not easy. Yeah, that's a sign. Vincent Company did that in Germany to Pep, former Pep. You could say maybe Company was just a player under Pep, but you could say somehow they're all attached to, not attached. What's the language I'm looking for? Have worked under Pep, maybe. I think that'd be the most correct thing to say. Okay, just having a conversation there. Wesley Fofana needs to cut out the silly yellow card. We were lucky. We didn't concede the penalty the other day. Wesley will improve with time. That's the truth. There's a good player in there, and he's shown that already. Just kind of rusty, maybe. He's remember he was out for nearly a year. Starling curse has been lifted. I'm not going to say that in the match. Just leave me alone. But just by the way, today is Thiago Silva's 40th birthday. He served us well. It was an excellent servant for Chelsea Football Club. No dramas. Excellent leader on and off the pitch. And the players, even Reece James, all of them spoke highly of him whenever they talk about him. A player I love so much, and I'm glad um, he got to play for us. Some were saying again at the time that we signed him a little too late, and I told them we signed him at the best time possible. He won the Champions League with us, Club World Cup with us, one more trophy I'm looking for, a European Super Cup with us. Trophies that he hadn't won anywhere before coming to Chelsea. So I'm just happy we got to witness him play for our beloved club. Big up to you too, AB, and yep. Oh, Thiago Silva. Sorry, I can't sing. But happy birthday to the legendary Thiago Silva. What a defender. I don't think there'd be another defender like him. He's very unique. His footballing intelligence is what marvels me the most. So happy birthday, a 40th birthday to Thiago Silva. Yep, thank you so much with that. Okay, let's wait. It's still doing its thing. All right, thank you so much. With that, we've come to the natural end of the show. I appreciate you all for finding the time to be part of the good conversation. Actually, excellent conversation. Um, okay, is this still going? Thank you to Vic for joining us, Namaya for Wale, and Jay, the 2 a.m. guy. I appreciate you. AB, thank you for joining us. Who was there? And the beautiful game. Thank you, Wycliffe Barish, the legendary Bobby is in the house. And Bobby, we need to have a conversation. There's a plan for the show for OGs, but I want someone to be handling it. It's not going to be, you can say, the timing will be haphazard because everybody is busy, but we'll talk about it later. And then Brianni Yahayu, a graphic user interface, you in Margoy Oladipo Jude, the CEO of Chelsea FC Jingles, nice to see you, and all of you in the chat. And Jay, thank you so much for joining us, and of course Toby, thank you for joining us. And my bro, if you're watching, Constantine Dunn, it's all love to you. And I'm happy that your boy is keeping you busy. I appreciate you. And if I miss your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and cheers.
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la. Man, I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day. I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day. I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day. I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say,